Welcome. In front of me I have the Logitech PRO C2 Pro X mouse, and I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the mouse itself, its feature set, and just my general thoughts about it. Now, starting off, I want to give props for Logitech for including the little pull tabs right here, which are pretty solid, way better than what Samsung includes with their devices. Actually, they stay in one piece and allow you to open this package pretty easily. So, thanks. And just a little bit wonky that they have it in two different directions, so you have to do this kind of weird thing and make it all fall apart. But anyway, let's just pretend that it's still in here, all in one piece, which it's not, but let's pretend. There we go, I fixed it. So right here we have our mouse. Tiny little fella right here. That's what she said. And then we get the keep playing. Hopefully not with the box. So we get our Type A to Type C cable for charging and connecting it through a cable to a computer. I do want to give props. This is a normal Type-C cable, not proprietary, anything like that. And I do want to kind of point that out because some dipshit manufacturers that make mice and keyboards, I don't exactly remember what, but it's one of those, like, you know, Red Dragons or shit like that. Yeah, these dipshits sometimes, I don't remember exactly if that's the company, to be honest. So no shade on this company if it's not, sorry. But specific ones, I did make reviews here as well, so the cable that they included had a little bit of cutouts right here on each side, along with the little extensions on the sides. And that was designed to basically, number one, fit with the standard of European Union to provide a Type-C cable and plug for the mouse itself. But these little cutouts were done deliberately to make it impossible for you to use anything outside of their cable, because God effing forbid you would ever need to, you know, replace the cable. You need to go to them, because these dipshits made it proprietary, basically. And it's such a cunt thing to do for a device that is, for literally the law that is designed to stop this bullshit. They did it by just including Type-C, but just making it annoying that you can't plug in any other cable other than theirs. So, Logitech here did fantastically. At least they didn't try to do any kind of bullshit right here by giving you a proprietary Type-C cable that only they sell. So that's good. Now another thing in here is, let's just pop that out, is this little weird, almost envelope-like thing, which includes this, which is almost like a hockey puck, but it's a replacement to the bottom of the mouse, this little addition right here. So this would just add a little bit more gliding surface for your desk mat or whatever. And the one that is here, I don't think it's anything special about it, but the mouse, I believe, does support the I don't know how it's called, but Logitech does sell their mouse pads that allow you to wirelessly charge mices. So as long as you have this puck right here and you use the mouse on their mat or mouse pad, it will just constantly keep it topped up, which is fantastic kind of design. Now, another thing in here is this. They're little grippy pads right here for the mouse. So you can put it on the mouse buttons and sides, and it is pretty grippy, as you can see. Like, my fingers are like stuck to it, basically. Anyway, next thing, we have some instructions, and that's about almost it. Almost it, because we have one more thing, which is this. So this little fella right here is our dongle, the Lightspeed dongle. It's a little bit bigger than typical ones. I do actually have one Logitech mouse of my own that has a little bit of a shorter fella. That's also what she said. And one thing that I really like that companies do, not all of them, but Logitech at least does, is includes this. So this is a Type A to Type C dongle. What this allows you to do is, instead of needing to look for a extension cable male to female USB-A, as you typically have to do, you just need to grab a Type-C charging cable for something like your phone, plug it into your computer, and it automatically becomes an extension cable as this and this Type-C, and plug it in and it just works. It's a fantastic solution, and just removes that need for you to have a separate extension cable that only is used for mouse, for instance. And instead you can just grab most likely a cable that you have lying around, as literally every phone comes with a Type-C cable. So we all have them. So other than that, the mouse itself, just peel that off, there we go, is a smaller version of the, what is it called? God's sakes, where did I put the other one? Yeah, there we go. SuperLight 2. There we go. So the normal one, the SuperLight, is this big. Now it's not necessarily like a groundbreaking difference in size, but if holding it in hand, this one seems a little bit smaller. As you can see, my fingers just kind of go a little bit outside of it. Well, this one is just kind of, you know, perfect size. Other than that, they are in shape identical, just the size difference. This one, for me at least, seems a little bit too small, and just kind of, yeah, this one is definitely more comfortable, the bigger boy. And one thing that I want to point out, the mouse that I've been daily driving for like a past decade is the Logitech G305. It's a very old mouse, and it's a solid one. Like this thing is a tank. It's not super light, but in terms of size, it's not that much. I think it's about the same size. And the reason I'm pointing that out is because in terms of how it fits in my hand, maybe I'm just used to it, but this one seems pretty good, even though it's about the same size. So it fits almost, I would say, as well as the bigger version of the SuperLight does in my hand specifically. Well, this one seems just a tiny bit small for me. So specifically like that, my pinky and the second last finger just kind of feel like it's hanging off. Not what I want to do, as I'm just kind of dragging it behind. So a little bit small for my personal preference. That's also what she said. We have in here space for the dongle, so you can take it on the go. Considering it's a small one, it's probably one that you can easily carry with you, and it weighs almost nothing. And talking about the specifications, the weights and all that stuff, let's take a look at the box, which we do have a pretty damn good info right here for everything. So let's quickly find technical specifications. There we go. We have onboard memory, 5 buttons, which are also programmable, as this is using, I believe, G-Hub. Sensors, the Hero 2 with a 44,000 DPI, 88G acceleration, which, other than probably giving you info that you could possibly throw it at a wall when you're angry and it more likely will survive. As I don't know how hard you throw things, but 88 Gs is quite a lot. Moving on, we have max speed of 888 IPS, zero smoothness, acceleration, and filtering. So you get absolutely raw input from it. Therefore, your accuracy will be as good as your hand. And if your hand sucks at aiming, well, then the mouse won't help you here. But that is good that there's no filtering or anything like that. Moving on, we have 1000 hertz pull rate for it, response rate, along with 1 millisecond latency, and this is, by the way, wired response rate. The funny thing is, the wireless, meaning the Lightspeed one, is rated for 8000 hertz pull rate and 0.125 milliseconds. Yeah, that is much faster than on a cable. So this is, if you're planning to use this mouse, obviously plugging it in actually will give you worse performance, at least what we have here, than when you're using it through a Lightspeed dongle. Though keep in mind, these dongles work best when there's a direct line of sight. So it's pretty good that they included this one, so you can place it in a line of sight somewhere close to the mouse, but it doesn't need to be super close. For instance, my G305 I use from like a 4-meter distance. I just need to have a clear line of sight to the mouse, and it works fantastically. Once that line of sight is a little bit broken, it doesn't work as well. But considering it's also Lightspeed technology, just an older generation, I feel like you might have similar kind of experience right here, with the only difference is this one has much more insane response rates. Anyway, continuing on, we have about 95 hours of battery life of continuous motion, which is solid considering this is like stupidly light mouse. Dimensions are 118 millimeters by 61 millimeters by 36 millimeters. Like I mentioned, it's pretty small. With a weight of 53 grams, meaning it's really light. Maybe not the lightest mouse, but it's still solid, and considering it has decent battery life, absolutely bonkers response rates, and the ability to be used with the wireless trackpad kind of charging thingy thing, it just makes it a stupidly versatile mouse that never needs to be charged, never need to worry about cables or anything like that, and works absolutely fantastically. And that being said, I have been using this one for, like I said, about a decade now, if not longer, and this mouse for me has been so solid that I have the same one at home as well, and I haven't had any problems with them. No double clicking switch buttons, any of them. The only thing that I did encounter with this one is when smacking it on the table out of anger, the wheel at one point broke. So little AliExpress shopping, and $1 later I get 2 mouse wheels and I can replace it for basically no cost. So these mice from Logitech are absolutely fantastic. They have been the most reliable mouse I have ever purchased. I don't know how well the more premium ones work, as my friend also used, I believe, one of these, but the previous versions of them. And he did have problems with switches sometimes breaking on him, but at least that happened once. He's now on a second one and it's been doing fine. So for track record, these mice seem to be super solid, robust, never really break. And if I would want to buy a premium mouse for gaming and just competitive play, and I'm looking for ultra light, I honestly would probably recommend one of these, as I have had personally no problems with Logitech in terms of quality, and it's been one of the most solid mice for me. Never used this one personally, or any like the newer ones, so I can't really vouch for it in this aspect, but in terms of the G305 and quality of those, if Logitech still makes their products the same way, then obviously it's a no-brainer. These things are just absolute tanks. So anyway, that about sums it up. Now I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.